What's up everybody, this is VisitJoan and welcome to a little bit of an update of sorts of another video. I don't know, I'm making this up at the top of my head as this goes along and I don't feel like cutting stuff, so I'm not gonna start all over. Back in May, I did a video where I ranked all of the packs for The Sims 4, and in the time since then, I've gotten more packs have come out, and my opinions on some of them have changed very significantly. So, with the holidays right around the corner, I thought it would be a good idea to revisit that video and update you guys on the new packs and the packs that my opinions have changed on, and so we can see where these new packs and stuff fall. Now, as always, there are a few disclaimers before I start the video, and that is number one, I do not own every pack. That is because I do not want to own every pack. Actually, right now, the only pack that I might consider getting that I don't own is luxury party stuff, but that was just kind of, Second is that this video is only going to go over the new packs and the packs where my opinions have changed. If you want to see my opinions on all the other videos, I encourage you to check out the video I did back in May. It will be linked at the end. And finally, this is solely based on my opinion, and I don't expect you to have the same one as me. In fact, that would just be really boring if everybody thought the same way about Sims packs. So it's okay if you disagree. If you disagree and you want to let me know what some of your thoughts are, or if I completely missed something that you think is totally relevant, you can always feel free to leave a comment. However, please be respectful or else it will be deleted. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the list. Now, the first pack that I have a drastic change of opinion in over the last 6-7 months is Vintage Glamour stuff. Now, if you guys remember, I did put this at probably like the lowest tier just because the only object I was interested in was the vanity table. And honestly, that vanity table is great. I really love how it can add, it just adds something to add to bedrooms, which I was always struggling with. And I really love how the kids are able to play with makeup. I think that's just so cute and so adorable. Around the time of EA Play, stuff packs went on sale, and although I wasn't willing to pay $10 for just 1 or 2 vanity tables, $6 became somewhat reasonable. And to be honest, it probably wasn't going to get any cheaper, so it was now or never. But when I got the pack and I started playing around with some of the things in it, I realized I actually like quite a bit of stuff in this pack. Why I think I didn't? Because on the website where it shows you everything you get, it always just shows black swatches. And if you know anything about me, I usually do not build in black. So the fact that all these items were black, I'm like, no, I don't need any of this stuff. I don't like any of this stuff. However, when I got the pack and I started going through the different swatches, I found that there were a lot of items that I actually liked. I especially love the teal and gold variants of it. And I feel like, you know, all the black swatches and stuff was just kind of misleading on the website because I thought I wasn't going to like this pack, and I end up liking this pack. I mean, I really like a lot of the stuff that comes with it, like the wall divider, and I don't know, I have a bunch of stuff on screen right now. I don't have that in front of me when I'm filming this, so I can't give it to you in too much detail, but I do like some of the wall coverings as well, and there's a couple of rugs that are pretty dang cool. So yeah, once I actually got the pack, I actually found out I do like a lot of stuff in Vintage Glamour. Then there's the Butler, which I haven't really played all that much with, except for, well, there was one house where I got a Butler, but that was like a royal penthouse, so this is going up before that video, but if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen the little sneak peeks and stuff. And so far, the Butler's okay. She does do a good job of repairing things. However, when it comes to taking care of babies, she probably should be fired. But keeping all that in mind, I have to bump Vintage Glamour stuff from an E tier to a B tier, because it actually ended up being a pretty good pack. Now, this next pack is going to be pretty much an unpopular opinion, but the one I really want to discuss right now is My First Pet stuff. Now, this is the pack that everybody loves to hate, simply because, yeah, the bad thing about My First Pet stuff, I've gone over this like a million times already, it's just the way it was done. It really just kind of defeats the purpose of having it as its own pack. However, the gameplay is good, and the objects are good. I really just enjoy all of the different objects. That's what had me pick up the pack in the first place. I love the little, you know, corner couch and the other little couches that you can make like a sectional couch with. There's like this aquarium table that is really cool. I love the little hamster toy. We don't get a lot of toys, and you know, it's always using the same stuff, and I like that stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's always nice to get something new and something that we don't get a lot of. So I really thought that the little hamster toy that was so cute was such a nice touch into this pack. I also really liked the new song that came with this pack. And I also enjoy how you are able to play with your small pets. As somebody who owns small pets, I think that's really great because not everybody has a cat or a dog. And when I was able to build houses for, my cousin's real family, they have hamsters, so I was able to put a hamster in the house. So that was really cool as well. Also, several of the animal-themed items fit really well in children's rooms, especially toddlers' rooms. I really like how you get the added stuff for kids because we don't get a lot of that stuff either or. Even in later packs like University, we got stuff for teens and older, but we really didn't get stuff for children, which they had in other games. So that really doesn't make much sense. And I really like, I know a lot of people probably think this is really stupid, but I really like, the wall decals of the little hamster habitat that I really just like putting in toddlers' rooms. That's a really fun thing that I really enjoy, and it adds a cute touch to a kid's room. I also think the gameplay with the small rodents was really fantastic, especially the added touches where they can throw rodent raves or go on adventures or figure out the escape velocity of their habitat. I mean, I don't know why you need to do that. I can pick you up and that would escape the habitat, but whatever, it probably isn't really all that fast. Well, maybe for a rodent, and there was so much good when I finally got the pack. I'm glad I got that pack because there were a lot of things I liked about it. And, it doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. Yes, it was done very, very poorly. However, there are too many good things about this pack to completely drag it through the mud like it's been. So I have to bump it up from a D tier to a C tier. Oh, and you really should read the description of the hamster cage. That alone was worth the $10. Now we're going to start with the new packs that have come out. Now the first one that came out was Island Living. Now, a lot of people had a lot of varying opinions about this pack. Some thought that it should have been a game pack and that Realm of Magic should have been the expansion pack. Other people thought it was just really, really lacking and that there wasn't enough gameplay, but myself, personally, I absolutely love this pack. The first thing I love about this pack is the world. Oh my goodness, Sulani is so beautiful. I love the color of the ocean. I love how it's a tropical world, and it is actually probably the world that if I had to pick, it would be the one I would live in. Just because the weather is so great, and it's just, oh my goodness, I wish I could live there. I really do. Probably one of my favorite features of this pack is being able to build on stilts over the ocean. One of the things I really enjoyed was being able to put the little glass floor thingy in the build so I could make houses like they do in Humalaf City. I also love the amount of build and buy objects in this pack. I love the doors, oh my goodness, the windows, the curtains, there's so much stuff, the counters, everything, couches. I could go on and on about all the stuff I love in this pack. This pack really was amazing. I liked the jet skis, how you could swim in the ocean, and honestly, I spent a lot of time actually just playing the game when I got this pack, which I don't really get to do very often, so it was actually pretty nice. Now, there's a lot of criticism out there about there not being enough to do in Sulani and stuff like that, but for me, it was actually, exciting, and I just love the tropical idea, just love the whole tropical things. It was really just something that, even if there wasn't all that much stuff to do, which I kind of don't really agree with all that well, but I don't know. This pack, all the build stuff kept me busy. The gameplay still did keep me busy, and it just is a lot of fun. There was mermaids, and I haven't played with them too much, but, stuff that's going on. So Island Living, I definitely have to give it an A. Next pack that came out was Mosquito. I think I'm saying that right. But anyway, when this pack was announced, I think the general consensus of the Sims community was more like, why does this exist? And I kinda agree with them a little bit. I had never heard of the brand Mosquito before, so I actually went and looked up their website, and oh my goodness, I was completely horrified at what I saw. Not only was the clothing selection just ugly, but it was just ridiculously expensive. I do not need to pay $200 for jeans that looked like they came out of the 1980s computer graphics. No, do not need that at all. So going into it, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to pick the pack up, but then we learned more about it, and it turned out to be a really pleasant surprise. The best thing about this pack, in my opinion, is the new photo system, which I actually desperately needed, just to add an extra touch to all my other Sims houses and to quickly snap pictures of all the family members. If it's somebody I really care about, I will use Post Player, but if it's just something just to add like a finishing touch to the house, this works perfectly with that. In fact, I was in the middle of a project where I was putting up family pictures and, all the main homes that I use for videos and stuff like that. And I actually, once the live stream happened, I put that on pause because I realized that this pack was going to be even better. And there are so many good combinations. I wish there was more for children, but you know what? I like what we got, and that's okay. I really like how you can have various different poses and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people also complained that there should have been a modeling career instead of a freelance photographer career, but I'm just gonna let that one go just because I really love the new photography options. I love the tripod and how you can have anybody take a picture on it and it's an outstanding quality photo. That is amazing quality of life improvement that I could not live without, and I had to spend the $10 on it. And the different poses are better than trying to get your Sims to stand in one place for a while and just snapping a picture. There's a lot more variety to the pictures and it's really good. I love how you can take pictures with toddlers and pets, and the photo frames that came with it were really just amazing. Which brings me to another point. The objects in this pack were absolutely amazing. They were completely astounding. They blew me away. I love the couch set. I love the little speech bubble mirror. I love all the new clutter that we got because we desperately needed more of that. And the windows were really great as well. The only nitpick problem people have is that the door height didn't match the window's height, but you know what? That's such like a tiny thing. I just feel like this is just, something that could be looked over. Now, as for the Create a Sims, a lot of the stuff was so and completely ugly. I have found a couple of uses for a few of them, but I'm really glad that the Create a Sim was very minimal in this pack because, well, let's face it, a lot of it is just downright hideous. But given that it was such a good experience in the pack that we all thought was going to be pretty bad, I have to give Mosquito stuff a solid A. The next pack that came out was Realm of Magic, and I haven't really done the gameplay of this a lot, simply because I'm not really interested in spellcasters. Or occults in general all that much, other than aliens. Aliens are cool. However, I did decide to pick this pack up because of what I saw with the Create a Sim options. The Create a Sim in Realm of Magic was absolutely amazing. One of my favorite Create a Sim selections by far, and let's just face it, as soon as I saw this dress, I knew I was going to have to part with $20 because I just had to put it on the list. I literally had to. There was no way that that was not going to be a dress that she would wear. Like, no. But there were so many other outfits I could put her in, and it just, added more outfits to her wardrobe and kind of brought out her little personality more, and it was just really amazing, all the different styles we got, even though it was kind of like one big style, kind of like dark yet feminine, which, there were a lot of objects that already came in black, but you guys know what I mean. It was really just all the new stuff we got that worked perfectly well with Lilith's wardrobe, was just amazing. I had to get this pack. Build and Buy was alright. There were a lot of people complaining that the counters and the appliances were just reclones from vampires, but since I don't own that pack and I have no intention to, I don't really care. I like that there was some kind of old-fashioned furniture that really went well with the family home, and there are quite a few wallpapers that I liked. As for gameplay, well, I haven't played with it that much, but I did create a spellcaster family and take them to the Realm of Magic. And I was kind of really disappointed that there wasn't really all that much else to do, especially when I went to the Caster's Alley to buy them wands and familiars. I was really disappointed with the selection. I wanted to select, wands and familiars that matched the personality of the Sims I had created. And there were only a selection of 3 or 4, and that changed by day. And so I had to actually go through the debug items, which I don't really like doing. So that really wasn't all that much for me. I haven't actually had Sims cast any spells yet. I haven't done any of that. I just haven't had time and haven't gotten around to it. But I probably will at some point. I just don't know when. However, a lot of people were happy with Realm of Magic, and so I'm kind of happy for them, because that we really should be supporting each other and, stuff like that. So anyway, Realm of Magic, my overall thoughts on it, it was good, but I don't really have enough experience with it to actually decide, you know, if it was like fantastic or amazing or anything like that. So for Realm of Magic, I am going to give it a B. And the last pack that came out was Discover University. Now this one only has been out for a couple of weeks, so I'm probably not going to be able to know every little detail about it, but I have played with it enough to give you an informed opinion. I really love the build and buy items from Discover University. It added a lot of, you know, cute stuff, cute wall decor, which I was getting tired of what we had, so that was nice. It would really add a lot to teenagers' rooms and even, you know, college students' rooms. Well, that's what it was for. I enjoyed all the new furniture and just the new stuff for bedrooms. The build options were really great as well. We got new windows, which I haven't really shown here because I haven't really got the chance to play with a lot of them yet. I also got some pretty good gameplay of going to class and having electives. So far, the gameplay of University has been really good from what I've experienced. I like how they added the functionality of Sims to be able to pull out their laptops from their inventory. They just need to be able to put them back in their inventory, which, you know, they were able to do in The Sims 3 base game. Come on, people. But I think I really need to take a couple of minutes here to talk about what I don't like from University. The first thing I didn't like, and this is really an unpopular opinion, but I was less than thrilled with the Create-A-Sim items. Now, I get why they put the Create-A-Sim items the way they did. I'm not talking about the piercings. The piercings are cool. We got some new hairs, which are pretty cool. It's just the clothing was just really disappointing because it was a lot of sweatshirts and a lot of sweatpants. And I get it, you know, I've worn sweatshirts to class too when I was in college. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna put my Sims in them. I like my Sims to look trendy and kinda, well, not that sweatshirts isn't cool, but it's just, usually if it's not something I would wear, I would not give it to my Sims. And I usually only wear sweatshirts at times of year like this where it's completely cold and I really don't have a choice. I also don't like how it takes like a couple of days for you to get your applications to University through, and I realize that that is realistic. However, that doesn't make it any less annoying, especially when I am trying to playtest University housing and I need Sims to move in as soon as possible. Thank goodness there is a cheat where you shift click on the Sims and it will enroll them in University. That is a lifesaver. I just really didn't like how long that took, and I also didn't like how I tried to go to another house, wait out the couple days, come back, only to find out that the application was still processing. And speaking of that, another thing that really just brings University down a peg is just the fact that if you do switch households in the middle of the term, it will finish the term for you. Now, when I did this with Cassandra Goth, it wasn't that big of a deal. She ended up getting a B. However, I did do this with another Sim simply because I needed her back to take pictures for a video tour. And when I came back on day 5, there was no option for a final exam. She just went to class and came out having failed half of her classes and ending up on academic probation. I don't really like the fact that my Sims can go on academic probation just because I had to film an episode of Trouble in Paradise. That's not great, that's not cool, that's really something that I just have to dock a few points for that, I'm sorry. But overall, Discover University was pretty good, and I'm actually not sure where to place it. Somewhere between A and B, I really wanna, you know. Anyway, you guys, that is going to wrap it up with this video. If you enjoyed it, and I really hope you did, I would really appreciate it if you left a like. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and don't forget to follow me on social media if you want to see behind the facts, sneak peeks. Oh my goodness, did I just say behind the facts? Behind the scenes, fun facts, sneak peeks, stuff like that. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at VisitJoan, and if you want to see my thoughts related to Sims or Pokemon or anything, well, not really anything because that I don't use Twitter personally, but feel free to follow me on Twitter at VisitJoan Videos. But anyway, I'm going to head about now, and so I'll be seeing you in the next video, guys. Bye!